Hi, welcome back. So we are at the four statements, and now the four statements in Python differs a bit from what you may know, or if you have the background before, as you used to do in, for example, C or Pascal. Python's four statements iterate over the items of any sequence, list, or string whatsoever in the order they appear in that sequence. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So if I start a new cell code here, and I define just a simple list. Now, if I were to start by using four keywords, it's the obvious things to do. For index, now this index is going to be the pointer for index in where? In that lang list that I just defined up there, that right? In that lang list, what I want you to do. Let's say I will print the index. So basically the index will start as the pointer. I will get inside this lang list and start at this point at the first entry. He's going to print it, at the second entry print it, and so on and so on. This is what we expect the result to be. And exactly as we expected, the Python, C++, etc. What I can do further, actually, I can get inside this entry where I am right now, and I do one more operation. Let's say, for example, I want to get the length of this particular string. So I could just say, I want the length of that index. Simple as that. So you could get here, for example, I get Python 6 letters, 10 letters, and 13 letters, and so on and so forth. So this is a very basic and simple idea of looking at the way we iterate using the four segments in Python. But one more thing. Now, code that modifies the collection while iterating over the same collection can be a little bit tricky to get right. So instead, what happens, it is usually more straightforward to loop over a copy of the collection to create a new collection. Let me show you exactly what I mean. If I would have to come here and I create a new collection, okay, and this collection is going to be from a type of dictionary. Now, dictionary, we're going to learn about it in the following section. Just for now, I need you to know dictionary defines by key value pair. Say Python says a status of it, it's active. Say, for example, Pascal, let's assume it is inactive, and then get maybe another language, say C, active. So let's assume this is my dictionary. Now, if I want to loop over this in this case, I would love to separate the loop to understand that there is a key and there is a value. So in this case, I'm going to say for the key and the value, okay, for the key and the value inside this collection. Now here, what I want to do, the first strategy to do, so let me define this as the first strategy over a copy of that collection. So now I'm not going to use the collection directly, but I'm going to use a copy of that collection. And then after that, after you make that copy, I want you to move over their items. Let's print the key and the value. So I think you expect the image by creating, this is the key and this is its value. So in this case, I'm going to integrate or bring the if condition, since we just learned about the if condition. In this case, we're going to bring the if condition by saying that, because I know this is the key, this is the value. If the value is actually inactive, what I want you to do, I want you to delete it. Delete the entry of it. Delete this one, in other words. From the collection, I mean from the major entry collection, I wanted to delete the key value that you have just spotted. So in this case, I looped, and now I am at the key Pascal and the value inactive. I am here, right? And I'm checking the condition. Is the value inactive? Yes, it is. Then I want you to go to the collection and buy the collection of this Pascal, of this key, and delete it. If you print collection again, you could expect the result as we want it. There's another strategy I could use, and let me define this as the second strategy, and that is by iterating over a new collection, for example, and it is an empty dictionary. It's completely empty. It's a dictionary, but it's empty. There's nothing here. So what I would do the same exact thing as I did before. Say for the key and the val in that collection, But this time I'm not going to make a copy. I will just iterate over their items as it is. If the value is active, I mean, this is what I want, right? If the value is active, what I want you to do, I want you to go to collection 2, which is a empty dictionary, just, and create the key of it. I mean, where I am right now, because it's inactive, and put the value of it equal to that value. And let's try to say, run this cell. And here what we expect. This is the original collection that we created. And this is the new one that we have just created by creating. So either strategies, it could lead you to the same result. Depends on what you want. Now, in computational perspective, I think I don't see much of a difference between both of them. So that was a quick introduction to the concept of for statements. Next, we'll be looking at something called the range function. I will see you then.